So you've built your Kuki Shinobu, love her as a character, and now you want to use her and have her on your team as much as possible. I know, because I'm someone who also loves to have her in many of my team as well, which is why today we have a video showcasing the top 5 best Shinobu teams for you to play around with. These teams are more specifically for DPS Shinobu, where she can have more odd build time. However, they will also work perfectly in a sub DPS build Shinobu. The team I'm showcasing here are all Abyss ready, so if you're having trouble with Abyss yourself, you can also take it as a reference. Either way, Shinobu is an absolutely amazing character from what I can see. Since she's the first electro healer, she herself can function in many teams to provide healing, provide electro resonance, and dish out decent damage. Now I won't be going in depth into her skills and kit here, as I've already talked about it in this video of mine. If you're still wondering whether Shinobu is a good DPS and how to build her as a DPS, be sure to check out this video later on. And so with that, let's just jump into Shinobu's best teams. First team, we have Kuki, Benny, Vicious, and Xingqiu, a very basic free-to-play team, yet dish out really good numbers and feels very good to play at the same time. We have Electro Resonance to help with burst uptime for the whole team, especially Kuki's burst, as that is one of the most important parts of her kit. There's Benny here as always to increase damage for the whole team. However, my Bennett is C6, which helps Shinobu infuses her attack into Pyro, which favors pretty well of allowing her to deal overload damage most of the time. Xingqiu here for Hydro application, so there's more reaction going around for Shinobu's as well. Fisher here for Electro Resonance, as well as the constant off-field damage alongside with Xingqiu Rain Sword and Shinobu's E-skill. You'll be seeing a lot of off-field damage going on here in this team. It's a very easy team to play around with and fit into practically most situations. A very free-to-play friendly team as well, as I'm sure most of us already have these cards to run with. You don't have to worry too much about rotation. The most important thing is just to have Bennett's burst cast first, and go in the circle to cast every other member's skills and burst, and then have Shinobu on the field taking out your enemies. Second team, we have Kuki, Xiangling, Zhangli, and Bennett. Technically an overload focused team, a very powerful and fun team to run as well, if more so when you're up against larger boss enemies, as they don't get pushed back from overload. It's still perfect for a smaller enemy situation, but you will have to deal with a bit of knockback here and there. We have Bennett and Xiangling for Pyro Resonance, but as always we have Bennett here to buff the whole team with Xiangling's and her very good burst damage. Zhangli here for shield and more attack power for the team from running 4-piece tenacity. Then after everything is set, we'll switch to Kuki Shinobu and deal overload damage. You won't have to worry too much about rotation on this team either, because all you need is Bennett to set up his burst first so that everyone on the team gets the buff for their skill and burst. Third team, we have Kuki, Yunjin, Albedo, and Kaya, all Rosaria, a very interesting team that focuses fully on Shinobu dishing out her physical damage of her normal attack. Rosaria or Kaya here on the team will help you with cryo application for superconduct. It's very easy to trigger since we'll constantly have Shinobu E skill activated. There's Geo Resonance as well, which helps a bit with attack increase and shielding. Yunjin here in place of our usual Bennett, as we're focusing on attack increase, and Yunjin is absolutely a perfect fit for that. There's Albedo, the god of off-field damage at this point in time. Having him on the team and you'll constantly have off-field damage on your enemies, not to mention very high numbers at that. So the team really works well with each other. There's also no specific rotation is required as well. You just have to make sure that superconduct is activated and Yunji's burst is constantly on for Shinobu's attack increase. Fourth team, we have Kuki, Mona, Beidou, and Kazuha, our usual electro charge team. However, since we now have Kuki as a healer, that spares us a usual slot from Kokomi on healing, allowing hydro character like Mona to be on the field helping us with a lot of attack increase. There's Beidou for electro resonance and very good off-field damage burst, and Kazuha, one of the most loved animo character right now, would help us tremendously with elemental damage increase. For this team, we'll want to take notice a bit in terms terms of the rotation for the maximum damage output, we'll first start off with Kuki's E to Kazuha's EQ to Beidou's EQ to Mona's EQ, and then finally back to Kuki's burst to normal attack. That way we're ensuring that Kazuha's will Electro and have Electro infused in his burst, and Kuki also gets Mona's buff from Thrilling Tales of Dragons as well as her Omen. Now since Beidou's and Mona really want to have their burst up and Beidou's don't have a lot of particle regen either, it is important to have these two character energy recharge on a high level to ensure that every rotation you will have their burst up. Fifth team, we have Kuki, Yae Miko, Fischl, and Raiden. Finally, our infamous Electro Mono team is playable thanks to a Electro healer on the team. A really fun team to play in which the only time you will have trouble is going up against an Electro Shield Abyss Mage. No fear of having lack of particle regen either because it is a mono elemental team. We have Raiden here to boost a lot of our burst damage. On top of Raiden's E or field damage also, we will have Yae Miko and Fischl who are the master of off-field damage as well. Couple that with Kuki's E skill and we have 4 characters dealing damage at the same time onto your enemies, leaving them no breathing room most of the time. Unless you're in the Abyss, of course. Would definitely recommend you trying out this team if you have all of the casted characters. And again, we don't really have to worry too much about the rotation, you just need to have Raiden's E activated so that we have the most out of our burst damage. Shinobu is definitely a character that opens up many of the team comps that we have before having an Electro healer. She does her job perfectly as a healer while also being able to deal really good number as a 4-star characters. Those are the 5 teams that I have tested and really enjoy. I hope that you have found them helpful in building your own Shinobu teams. I know that there are many other teams we can use with her, so if you have any, feel free to leave down in the comments and I will read them there. If you're still wondering on how to build Shinobu as a DPS character and see how good she performs as a DPS, be sure to check out this video as I'm sure it will help you out. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel to not miss out any of my future videos. With that said, I wish you a super day and I will catch you on the next video.